an opportunity to kind of talk through a little bit of the details with Jan yesterday because he was struggling so much. But I went home and I did a little bit of research, and on December 18th of '08, he actually got the MMR, the Hep A, the DTaP, one called VZV. He got the flu, and then he got one called Pneucon, Pneucon. So essentially, Anu made a good point. Like, how many shots was it? It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But there was also the MMR, which had 3 different vaccines in it, and then the DTaP had 3 vaccines in it. And then 3 months later,
it's okay, Bella. They can come on.
They called us to tell us to come in and get his polio, his Hep B, and they actually gave him another flu shot as well. Yeah, that
and we're not
flu
talking about this boy, everyone. Do you remember from yesterday?
Yes.
We're talking about his brother, who did not have a great day, like Billy.
No, he was in
the
yellow shirt and he was struggling a little bit. He's on the severe end of the spectrum. Jan's a little unique. His IQ is actually really good, but he struggles so much that he's not able to be in a school environment. He's actually in hospital homebound. So we have a teacher that comes to the home. He has an aide that's with him every day. Naya, yes.
Who was here with us
yesterday. Yesterday. And so we have done, tried so much with so many different interventions. He's what they consider a tough nut. And, you look at the number of vaccines that he received and you just know why. He was completely, filled with toxins, and he wasn't able to actually get those toxins out of his system. And our doctor, I will tell you, our pediatrician kept calling us and telling us to come back in and get more vaccines, and we refused. Now on December the December 18th shots, I ended up bringing him into the hospital around 2 a.m. because he had fevers. He was inconsolable, screaming, and they gave him the medication, ibuprofen, and then he became unresponsive, so he was actually put on an IV drip, and he was released at 4 a.m. And we went home, and I tried getting a referral through my doctor because he was not the same boy. And if you saw the pictures that we showed yesterday, I think you guys still have them, before and after, you can't see the difference and you're not looking at the pictures, because it is. One day you had a vibrant boy who was crawling all over the sofas, starting to walk, and then within 24 hours post-vaccinations and being released from the hospital, after having the reactions, he was in a vegetative state. Non-responsive, you couldn't get eye contact, his eyes were glazed over. For a very long time he would sit and just drool would just pour out of him.
And he couldn't really talk.
And he didn't talk at all.
And people said that he would never talk.
They did, actually. It took us 6 months to get a referral to a neurologist. And
today, now he's speaking like full sentences.
Yes, he's doing great.
You must be really proud of your brother.
Yes.
He's doing really well. And you're a great brother to him.
He's a new member of our sibling support group.
So that's
so look out for him.
Where do people go to join sibling support?
Yeah. Well, so the main primary group is on Facebook, but of course we don't have Facebook, and a lot of the younger kids don't have it yet. We have like an email system set up where you can either use your parents' email or make an email, and we'll connect you to people in your area and other people your age.
So people contact Bella at Vaxxed.
If you go on to Vaxxed Siblings Worldwide on Facebook, or ask your mum or dad if you can use their account, and then just send me a message or email bella@vaxxed.com and say that you want to be involved, and we'll set you up.
That's amazing. I'm so excited for Lucas to participate in that.
Lucas, how old are you?
Great.
How old are you, Lucas?
10.
10. Okay, so parents, you can't really get them involved. There's no age limit on this.
No, not at all. I have people, as young as 6 who call me off their mum's phone or text off their mum's phone.
That's why we wanted to come back today. We definitely wanted Lucas to meet Bella and then for them to connect, because it's so important. He deserves to have some other folks that can actually share some of the struggles that you have having a brother who struggles himself, right? But you do remarkably well. He actually even, I think I told you yesterday, one day he came to me and he had a sheet of paper and he'd actually mapped out an FBA, a functional behavior assessment chart, all on his own while he was 8 years old. And he said, here's what's going to happen, Mom. Like, when Jan bites himself, we're going to do this to try and stop it. If he tries to hit the aid, this is what we're going to do to try to stop it. I mean, he just...
Has you're
brilliant.
you're protective. It's fantastic. Well done.
Yeah.
Like, he used to, like, bite himself. He does now, but it's like sort of like it like slowed down. He hasn't really bit himself.
Yeah.
He used to bite other people.
Yeah. Yes, and the struggle is very much so. So I just want to close with this. I mean, my story is so similar to so many other people's. Right after that, we get him out of the hospital. We ended up with multiple ear infections. So many in such a short time frame. Within a matter of 3 months, he had 4 blown ear infections, 4 blown eardrums that I brought him into the hospital for. They couldn't kill the infection, so they started injecting him with antibiotics in his thigh to try and kill it off. And then he progressively just was gone. I mean, we saw it. It was night and day. So we fought, and we got to a neurologist, and that's the neurologist that we went in for an EEG, and he came out having had multiple strokes. And
today he has like not as many strokes, but like sort of like mini strokes.
Yeah, the TIAs. So that's why he'll just fall, and then he just starts zoning out. But anyway, so the point being is that it actually was listed on the documentation from the report that came back through the neurologist that it was violation of like ischemia. It was all these words, but bottom line, it was related to the vaccines. And I just encourage parents to actually look at the documentation that you get from your doctors, because we didn't know about that. We didn't know what that represented, and it wasn't until a doctor told us last year that we had a clear-cut case of vaccine damage, and it was actually listed out. So we tried to obviously go through the compensation, but it was too late. So people just look at some of the things, and that's the neurologist that had told us that your son will never talk, and he will eventually be institutionalized to control his behaviors. We'll need to be putting him on multiple medications. And he was 2, like he wasn't even 3, and they had destined him for that. And so I'll tell you, I had a little pity party. I went home and I cried, and I know I'm so blessed. I said it yesterday. I'm so proud to be his mother, and I'm so fortunate for it. But I lost that child. Like, I felt like a death had happened, and I realized that I experienced, and I don't know how other parents feel, but I didn't even know I had mapped out that he was going to be a football player. And I had the scenes, like they say you near death, and you have those scenes that go through your head. They went through mine, and I just was so stunned that I had planned out this amazing life for him at 2 years of age, and I was just told that it was all gone. And so I got over the pity party after about 3 weeks, and I said, I'm going to change this, because that's not his destiny. And we've been working really hard. We got a long way to go, but he's a fighter, and he's in there, and we're trying to heal his body as best we can. So just other parents, don't give up, and certainly don't listen to the doctors, because they know very little about how to take care of these kids and how to actually bring them forward. And there's ways to do it. So just never lose hope and keep the faith going that your child's in there, and they deserve you to fight for them.
You have a lot of support here. Serious amount of support.
Thank you,
guys. Give us a hug and a kiss. We love you. Keep in contact with me. You've got my number, haven't you?
I do.
Yeah,
I don't have your number.
Well, I'm going to give it to you. You win Big Brother Award of the Day.
Oh,
What do you say to everybody that's watching you? There's tons of people watching you.
Thank you.
Go to Patrick and say, Polly says I can have a present. And he will give you a free something from underneath the bus, okay? Come on, there's free things under the bus.